Okay, so this is my creamy French dressing without a touch of cream in it. So a classic French dressing is basically an emulsified dressing, and that's why it gives the idea that it's creamy. It's got a sort of creamy mouthfeel. Generally speaking, a classic French dressing will have an egg yolk in it and some mustard, and that's what emulsifies the oil and the vinegar into it. So straight away we'll go in with an egg yolk in our bowl. Next up we want some mustard. So smooth Dijon mustard, and we want about a teaspoon. I quite like a little bit extra in mine, so I'm going to go a teaspoon in a bit because I love it. Okay, now we need some rice wine vinegar and some white soy. So you can use white wine vinegar, you could use apple cider vinegar. I like using rice wine vinegar because I can taste the mustard more, and I think that's important in a French dressing. Some white soy, which I'm using instead of salt, and then grapeseed oil. Again, I'm using grapeseed oil because it is just, no flavor is what's going on. If I was using extra virgin olive oil, then I would end up having a really olivey flavored dressing. And what I want to do is emulsify. So in the bottom of the bowl, we've got egg yolks, we've got our mustard. And what you'll see is it starts to get thick and creamy and velvety looking. Let's have a look at that. Let's just check it for seasoning. There's a nice punch from the rice wine vinegar. I'm a little bit shy on the seasoning though, so I'm going to add a little bit more white soy. Just to adjust. Recheck. Now it's beautiful. The white soy fills your mouth along with the mustard, and you get this, you automatically start salivating. So there is classic French dressing. And when I think about a French dressing, I'm thinking about butter lettuce. So beautiful. In a Paris bistro, you'd be sitting eating one of these, basically with some shallots, some radishes, break it apart, wash it. Here's one I did earlier. Look how quickly that was. Second of all, eschalots. You can't think of France and Paris without thinking of eschalots. Peeled, sliced, soaked in some lemon juice. Give it 20 minutes, half an hour. What do you end up with? You end up with a really fresh, sort of pickled, translucent eschalot. Now the flavor of these is transformed by having sitting in the lemon juice for a while. Really important thing to do. So I've just arranged my lettuce. I've washed it. I want it big. Look at the size of these leaves. They're sort of whole leaves. Really nice and fresh and beautiful. And we want to keep them whole like that. This is like a centerpiece for your table. So I'm going to get my shallots and I'm just going to let them fall into the lettuce, right? In and around, all the way through. Super, we're on to our winner. Now, radishes. Radishes. Look at these guys. These are fresh from the markets. They're beautiful. All I've done is wash them and prep them. These leaves are absolutely delicious. I'm not going to use these for this recipe, the leaves, but I am going to save them for another time. So I'm going to use maybe 4 or 5 radishes. Look at these in a dish. Don't they look beautiful? Take them off, and then you don't need to be crazy, but as thinly as you can get them. But see how thin I'm getting them? That's pretty thin. I could read a newspaper through that, I reckon. Okay, back to our salad. Now our radishes. Beautifully done. Just use your fingers to separate all the little pieces of radish and just dot them around. Make sure they fall inside your salad. Look at that. And look at two things. One, you've got that beautiful white color of the radish, which is absolutely gorgeous. You've also got that red trim around the outside, which just looks beautiful. It's such a lazy way of making a salad. you know, by not fully dressing it, but don't worry about it. This is a bistro salad. It's supposed to be easy. The beauty of this is actually in the dressing itself. I'm just gonna put, these are just so beautiful. I wanna eat them right now. So let's just put these on a little plate. This can be as simple as this, like using, this is the beauty of having a dressing like this, is that it will make something as delicious as this produce shine even brighter. So we've got our dressing here, little spatula, and now we're just gonna drizzle our dressing all over our salad. Now, two things happen here. By not having a lettuce in a big bowl, we don't need to crush all the lettuce up. This dressing is just falling in between all the leaves. And inevitably, when someone uses a pair of tongs or salad servers and picks up our salad, puts it on the plate, all of a sudden, all the dressing's gonna fall on top of the leaves as they pick it up. It's fully dressed. Don't worry about it. And then you've got an absolutely belting, beautiful looking salad. Look at it. This is what I think about when I think about a classic French emulsified dressing. How good does it look? Come on. And what about these guys? Oh, stop it. This French dressing on those radish tops, I'm probably more excited about that than anything else. One last thing to remember is the dressing seasoned. So you'll note that we didn't have to put salt on our salad, which means that it stays nice and fresh and crispy. Make sure you don't miss any little bits anywhere, because this dressing is delicious. Thanks for watching, and if you liked that, please click subscribe, because there's plenty more where that came from. Also, if there's a recipe that you actually want to see me make, chuck it in the comments below and we'll get around to it. Thanks for watching.